Good morning, everyone. We are coming to you live via YouTube streaming, via Facebook streaming, and also via Skype online. Each one of you is welcome to this live streaming. What is spiritual rebelliousness? What is spiritual rebelliousness? Is it necessary to be rebellious? In life, you go on compromising at each moment, with each situation, without knowing, not only with society, but even with your own family. Even the people that you love demand compromise. Even the people that you love, they demand compromise. Nobody likes you to be an individual. Everyone wants to empower you and to dominate you, want you to do things the way they like. Simple thing, husband and wives, that is the most intimate relation. They want, each one of them want you to do things his or her way. Compromise goes on. Husband wants to dominate the wife in her own way tries to dominate the husband. Each wants things his or her own way. The husband wants the decor this way, and the wife wants the other way. Simple thing, the color of the bed sheet, the color of the walls, the color of the curtain, the decor pieces in the bedroom. There never seems to be any cooperation, any understanding. The dominant one rules the life's games. That's what goes on in life. And this is how the life goes on moment to moment. Parents dominate the children, and children also in their own way dominate the parents. Parents want the children to do things their own way, but as long as they are dependent on the parents, they have to listen to it. But when they grow old, and the parents also, then they try to dominate the parents. There is a constant struggle that goes on in numerous ways, where nobody is allowed to be just himself, and where to be oneself is difficult, and to some extent it is considered a crime. We go on overlooking when truth is misinterpreted. What does spirituality entails? The Sufi masters have been rebellious against the set norms of the society, set norms of the religion, the ways and means. Spirituality entails a certain kind of rebelliousness when truth is misinterpreted. I teach spiritual rebelliousness. It requires tremendous courage to revolt against the false and reassert and represent truth. in the present way. But to accept the challenge and to remain yourself in spite of all odds is a great joy and benediction, but it requires tremendous courage. To keep your individuality intact, undamaged, in a society where everyone is trying to dominate, you need to be rebellious. In order to assert your points of view, you have to be strong. I do not think it is a good idea from such a society to escape. Wherever you will go, as long as you try to escape and run away, you will have to continuously be on the run. In the Himalayas, deep in the mountains, deep in the forest, you may think that you are yourself, but that is a false notion, because there is no context in which you can put yourself to test. Life brings a lot of tests. This is why Sufis call to be in the world and to be spiritual is the most difficult thing, and it is the real test. You are a member of the family. You have husband, your wife, children, and other family members, and yet still you practice your spirituality. You practice your truth. And assert is that is the most difficult thing. To renounce life and lead a spiritual life is somewhat easy. When you escape from the society into the mountains or deep in the forest, you think you are yourself, but that is a false notion, because there is no context in which you can put yourself to test. Society creates situation for test every moment. The family creates test every moment. The society creates trust for test every moment, and here to be just yourself, not out of arrogance, not out of your egoistic feeling, is the only way you practice spirituality. Is the only way that you practice spirituality. You are part of the member of the family. You have to deal with the children. You have to be social. There is no egoistic feeling. You have some friends visiting you, but it is the time for you to go to your spiritual, your meditation or something. Just as if you have to attend to the nature's call when somebody is there, you ask them to excuse and say it is that need. But slowly and slowly people begin to understand. The same family member, you try to go to sleep early. The same family members grumble. Today, for one day, the food is delayed and you are complaining that you have to go to sleep. But the same family members, when some other guest comes in, they feel proud. My father, my mother wants to go to sleep by 6 o'clock. So it's a different story then. Here you have to be just yourself, not out of arrogance that you have to practice, not out of your egoistic feeling. That is the only way of spirituality. This society creates this situation. The society creates situation for test every moment. Here you have to be just yourself, not out of arrogance, not out of egoistic feeling. And if you can assert yourself without arrogance and without the feeling of egoism, then you are on the spiritual path. And that is what I teach you each finite moment. Those people who are arrogant will have to compromise, because there are people who are more arrogant than you. There is a degree of arrogance. Those who are egoistic will find sooner or later somebody else who can crush them, because they are more egoistic than you. You have to compromise. So neither the arrogance nor the egoism is going to help you to remain on the spiritual path. Both arrogance and egoism are different kind of powers. People slowly learn not to stand erect, but they start crawling on the ground in this society to remain erect, and yourself without arrogance, without ego, instead just out of your silence, just out of your awareness, an inner explosion of bliss is not only a tremendous experience, but the experience of Buddhas, the experience of the awakened ones. In this society, to remain yourself firm, resolute in your own way, without any sense of arrogance or ego. Instead, you are just out of your silence, deep understanding and awareness, an inner explosion of bliss is a tremendous experience. And this is the experience of all the awakened ones, all the masters who live their lives, the Sufi masters specifically, who lived their lives in whatever profession they had been. And somebody is a cobbler, next one is a carpet weaver, the next one is a drummer. Whatsoever profession they are in, whether self-employed or working for someone. Maulana Fazl Ahmad Khan was a schoolmaster. Lalaji Raziyallahu Ta'ala Anhu was working in court. Chachaji was working in court. Sufi Braj Mohan Lal was the head clerk in the police office. I have lived life the way I wanted. It was difficult, but it is immensely rewarding. It gave me the feeling that although society may be powerful, but if you have guts, then no power can enslave you. If you are strong enough, then no power can enslave you. They can kill you. They can kill an Al-Hilaj Mansoor, but they cannot enslave you. And to be destroyed is not undignified. When Al-Hilaj Mansoor was crucified in his own way, it was not undignified. To be Jesus when he was crucified, it was not undignified. To be killed is not against your individuality or against your dignity or against your pride. The society may crucify a Jesus or kill Al-Hilaj Mansoor or Socrates or Bhagat Singh, but certainly not their beings. The body can be destroyed. In fact, their sacrifices will make you more and more authentically yourself. Deep down, if you are a meditator and you have experienced bliss within, you know your body can be taken away. Death can only take away your body. But your being cannot be even touched. Your immortality is sure. This is what Bhagavad Gita says. Fire can burn it not, water can moisten it not, air can destroy it not, weapons can cut it not. Nothing can destroy that which is. Can you destroy the space that is there? You can create the boundaries around the space to convert into rooms, but the space in the two rooms remains the same. That space that is within you cannot be destroyed by any means. Therefore, I am adding to rebelliousness a new phenomena, a new dimension. There have been meditators, but they escaped from society, and there have been rebellious people who were destroyed by the society. I am bringing the two very great qualities together that the world has not known before. Be part of the society and be rebellious. This is the meeting or the merger of rebelliousness and meditativeness. The meeting of rebelliousness and religiousness. To me, rebelliousness and religiousness are two sides of the same coin. And together these create a Jesus, a Buddha, an Al-Hilaj, a Vivekananda, a Osho, a Socrates. There is no need to be afraid. Gather courage from these. There is nothing that can be destroyed in you, and that which can be destroyed will be destroyed whether you are in Himalayan mountain or in the forest or in a cave or in a monastery. The body is going to be destroyed anyways. Therefore, there is no need to be part of the body or the mind, to be ready to be enslaved. This happens because you are not aware of anything other than the body and the mind structure. My effort is to make you aware of your immortality, of your inner space. Once you are aware of immortality within, you will be the symphony of rebelliousness and meditativeness. Once you have tasted the very source of your life eternal, then nothing can make you do things which are not in tune with your own being. You will say yes only when you feel that this yes is not the yes of the slave. Instead, it is the man of freedom. This yes is the yes of the man of freedom. You will say no if you see that saying yes will be only falling into slavery. But this is possible only if you become aware of your being. If you become aware of your freedom. In the past, rebels were only intellectually rebellious. Instead, I teach you to be spiritually rebellious. And that makes tremendous difference. Intellectual rebellion is superficial and can be purchased. But the spiritual rebellion is not a commodity available in the market. You have transcended the world of duality. Be in the world, but never let the world be within you. There is no need to escape from the world. Instead of escaping, transcend the duality, transcend the world, living in the world, go through the fire, because you know nothing can destroy you. This certainly can create a gathering of the rebels without any establishment. And if any functional kind of mechanism is needed, that is not a problem. Where there are so many people, something functional has to be there. Something functional is needed. But remember, it is functional. It does not give you a status. In order to continue these talks, there has to be functional. It does not give you a status. The prime ministership or the presidentship of a country is nothing more than a functional entity. Indeed, they have a utility, but they do not have any status as far as innerness or spirituality is concerned. Real status comes only from your realization of your innerness, not by sitting on a golden throne. If people bow down to you, remember they are bowing down to the throne, not to you. Tomorrow somebody else will be there. Yesterday there was someone else, and people were bowing down yesterday, today, and tomorrow too. When people bow down to you because of your innerness, then that is a different thing. I call this spiritual rebelliousness. It is most important aspect of innerness, inward journey. It is necessary to be spiritually rebellious in order to continue your inwardness. Only this much for this morning. Until tomorrow, take care and do have a pleasant day.